Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a little Jays Talk. Happy opening day to all those who celebrate. I just want to make a quick video to talk about a couple of contract extensions that I wouldn't mind seeing the Blue Jays go after this year, whether that's through the regular season or near the end of it. First name I've got up on mind is Alek Manoah. And the reason for this is because starting pitching has just gotten so outrageously expensive on the opening market. On the open market. And a comparable player that I wanted to bring up here and just give you a little look at was Luis Severino. So I'm going to pop over to Luis Severino's baseball reference page. And I'm going to compare it to Alek Manoah's afterwards. But you see here, 23 years old, 24 years old, lights out seasons. And then he kind of fizzles out, has injury problems, doesn't pitch a lot of innings in 2019, 2020, 2021. And then he kind of has a couple middling years. And then he finally pops back for one good year at 30. So he puts up 180 innings pitched for the Mets, 3.9 ERA. He's comfortably, a number 3 to number 4 starter in most rotations, like most half decent rotations. And then we're going to pop over to his contract and see what that landed him on the open market. He got a 3-year, $67 million contract with the Athletics. And you can see here that's for his age 31, 32, 33 season. And he even got a player option in there, which is pretty nice for him. And to me, that's pretty much going rate on the market when you look at what Scherzer got, when you look at the 8-year deal that Max Fried got. Basically, every starting pitcher was getting 18, 20, $25 million. Yusei Kikuchi, Martinez with the qualifying offer there. Like a lot of these guys got paid a lot of money. And that's basically the going rate for a number 3 or 4 starting pitcher at this point. It seems whether or not I agree with it, that doesn't really matter. That's just the way it is. So we're going to pop over to Alek Manoah's baseball reference. You see here, 6 WAR at 24 years old. That was his Cy Young finalist year where he came in third in the voting. His rookie season where he only got, 110 innings in. He put up 3 WAR. And now he's had a couple of years where his arm was hurting him. He had injuries. He's had surgery done. He's rehabbing now. We're expecting to see him at the second half of the year. So this is a guy, if he comes back healthy, even if he doesn't come back healthy, I'm considering definitely buying out these ARB years and trying to tack on a couple of free agent years as well. Because as we've seen, just the risk and reward there. If he does bounce back to even like a number 3 where he's giving you like a 4 ERA or a sub 4 ERA, he's going to get a lot of money as an age 30 guy with some previous track record of being pretty good. And so for me, he's a guy, if you can try to lock up a year or two and give him some financial security and take on a bit of risk there, the reward could be huge. Now, I know the safe play is to say, hey, Alek Manoah's been hurt. He's sucked. Let him earn it. But that's exactly what's gotten us into this predicament so many times before with some of these other players. So, again, you're not breaking the bank. You're trying to get a bit of a discount and give the player some financial security while also having some upside for the team should things go well for him. So that's just one guy that I would definitely entertain buying out a couple of UFA years by giving him some financial security. The second one is Mr. Dalton Varsho. Now I'll come over here to Dalton Varsho's page. He's ARB avoided. He's making $8 million this year. His next year of ARB will be higher than that. I don't know. It'll depend on how this year goes. Maybe he'll get 12. Maybe he'll get 14 million, something like that. And then he's going to be a free agent for his age 30 season. And I'll go over to market value. They've got him listed as 4 years, 53 million, roughly, about 13.2 million AAV on the open market. That feels low to me. I think that given his platinum glove defense, and I will pop over to his baseball reference page as well. He's pretty consistently putting up 5 WAR, 3.6 WAR, 5 WAR. So that if he continues to do that with even just if you pop over to his OPS plus, where he's at a 98, which for those of you that don't know, 100 is considered league average. So he's putting up essentially league average hitting, and he's still putting up a 5 WAR player because his defense is so outstanding. So this is a guy where I'm almost willing to give him an extension today before he takes any uptick with his bat. Like even getting back to his 2022 numbers of a 108, if you couple that with his newfound defense and how good it's gotten in center, that becomes an extremely expensive player. And he's probably playing himself out of the team at that point. Whereas if you can come back here to his where were we at here? His contract details. Yeah, if you can come back here and try to give him some financial security, like what that they did with Alejandro Kirk, buy out the arbitration year next year, and then buy out a handful or maybe a few UFA years after that, or even just make a creative contract with some opt outs and some team options and things like that. But if you can try and get some cost certainty on him through 33 years old, 34 years old, something like that, I think you have to seriously entertain it. And you'd be moving forward with, obviously, it's not the Bo and Vlad contracts that we want, but that's kind of a different. That's a different pay scale. I'm not talking about, $600 million contracts or $300 million contracts. We're talking about, 15 million, something like that per season, maybe 20 million if it's, if you wait till the end of this year and he has another great year, then yeah, you're probably getting up into the bigger numbers. But these are some guys that you can try to lock up some upside with. And again, you're giving the player the cost certainty and the financial security, and as a team, you're basically giving yourself that real upside there of, you can have a very affordable roster on the field with some very nice players, and then obviously you can still pursue your Vladdies and your Bows on the free agent market, or whoever else you want, because you've got a bit of a core in place that free agents will look at and say, hey, yeah, they've got Kirk lined up, they've got Varsho signed, Bowden Francis is going to be there, Jose Barrios is going to be there. Like, you're starting to piece together a handful of guys that are real major league players that incoming free agents will look at and be like, okay, yeah, there is a team in place. And obviously, you still need to do the Bo and Vlad thing, or one or the other. But that's an entirely different topic right now to me. And you might be thinking, well, center fielders don't age that well. Big center fielders don't age that well. Typically, the Mike Trouts, the George Springers, they're a little bit different. If I scroll up here to Dalton Varsho's page over on Baseball Reference again, he's only 5'8" and he's around 210 pounds. So he is built like a little bit of a linebacker there. I mean, albeit a shorter linebacker, but he does have a bit of that football body. But to me, a 5'8" guy who's as good of an athlete as him, and that doesn't totally rely on just sprint speed. He's just got very good instincts. He's very comfortable around the wall, and that's where he really gets a lot of his value, is those crashing plays into the wall and just being comfortable back there. A lot of outfielders can't do that very well. And to me, I don't really have any concerns with his aging curve, at least up until 33, 34 years old. And like I say, if he ever does figure it out with the bat, his stock just goes through the roof. But you're just comfortable with the floor that his defense provides in center field, and that's why you go ahead and take the bet on him, in my opinion. So anyways, that's where I'll leave off. Just wanted to make a quick video with my thoughts on this. Why don't you guys let me know what you're thinking down below? Do you consider extending either one of these guys? Do you need to see Alek Manoah come back and have a strong finish to the year to consider him? Or where are you guys at with this? Let me know in the comments. Thanks. Bye-bye.